All right, my friends. Hello, hello. It's 9 o'clock. It means it's Zoom time. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So my name is Jess, and I will be your host this evening. Thank you guys so much for hopping on tonight. We are super excited about this. I'm very excited about hosting tonight with some of my super amazing teammates, you guys. I'm so excited for them. I'm so inspired by them, and I think that you guys will be too. All of these ladies who are going to be talking with you tonight, you guys, are in different points in their businesses. We're talking all sorts of different ages, goals, you name it. We've got the whole gamut tonight. They each one of them also has promoted in the last month or so. So they have so much value to bring to you tonight with what's working for them, how they lead their teams, just some tidbits of things that are working for them. And I think you guys are just going to get so much from this, whether you're brand new or whether you've been with us for years and years and years and years. I'm glad that you're on tonight. Okay. So we want to help you find your groove in this business. So we are going to start off tonight with Cheryl. I'm going to start off with you tonight, babe. And I just want you to tell us a little bit about yourself in your amazingness and tell us how long that you have been with us.
Okay. Hi, everybody. It's nice to be on here, see all of your beautiful faces. My name is Cheryl, and I joined this business in November of 2019, so almost a year and a half ago now. And what was the other question? That's it, right?
Yeah, just
I don't know.
Like, tell us about your background. Where'd you come from? How'd you get to us?
Okay. So I am a dance studio owner, dance teacher, dance studio owner, and I was originally a customer and fell in love with the ThermoFight X and reached out to my enroller, Christy Reedy, like pretty soon after I started it, and said I want to share this product with other people because it had made such a big difference in my own health.
Love it, love it, love it. And here you are. And look how amazing you are now.
Here I am.
Here you are. Okay, so one of the things, Cheryl, that I would love for you to share, and I think that I think you and I are such kindred spirits. I really, really do. And I just admire you so much. I love your positivity, and it just exudes all around you. But something that you have been able to do is create such an amazing community and sense of spirit in your team. And I mean, I think that it's something that so many people strive to do that you seem to have done effortlessly. And maybe it hasn't been that easy. But how have you done that? And how important do you think that has been to your success or your team's success?
Well, first, it just means so much to me that that you see that in my team. So thank you for noticing that, because I believe that it's pretty amazing too. And I guess that what I would say is when I first joined as a distributor, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. And I was so blown away by the culture of this overall team and this company. I mean, I had no clue. I had no clue what anything was. And I was so incredibly welcomed into this team. I just felt that everyone was so supportive, and coming from the world that I come from, the industry that I come from, that's not the case. And I'm not shooting down anybody in particular, but just, being a dance studio owner, there's a lot of competitive spirit, and not always, I don't know, just not always the nicest thing to be a part of. And I'm not talking about my own dance studio. I'm talking about the big picture of dance studios and just the entertainment industry. So I was, like I said, I was totally blown away. And I just could not believe that there was a group of women that were supporting each other. And although that they were still, in this business, and they were in their own business, but they were able to support each other. I was amazed at that. And I didn't realize how much I needed it. I mean, it was like my heart opened up and I was like, wow, I could kind of be my authentic self with everyone. So I think that because of that, I valued that so much that I wanted to cultivate it as I was bringing in new people. I just knew I needed to cultivate that. And that's such a big part of why I fell in love with this business. So I wanted to make sure everyone on my team had that as well.
I love it. I think one of the things I hear so often is, well, I started a team chat, but there's it's crickets in there. Nobody's participating, or it's so negative. And one of the things that I've heard about your team chat is that you guys are super positive and it's very, very, very active. So give us some tips. Like how do you have the participation and the excitement and everybody just wanting to be involved in your team chat?
Yeah, I mean, we have a bomb team chat. I don't know what it is. It's super fun. And I think that's the most important thing is we go, we're just fun and supportive of one another. From the very beginning, I kind of encouraged everyone to share not only like their questions or anything like that, but also just their wins. So we make it a pretty big deal when somebody has a win. So we have a pretty fierce GIF game in our team chat. It's almost like it's a competition to see who can get the most fun, crazy GIF up. But if someone, enrolls in LC, they comment new LC and everybody goes crazy and we all, high five them by putting up those GIFs, and we just have, we're just super encouraging for everybody. Same thing with like a DT or even a sample. If you sell a sample, we want to know, we want to cheer you. We want to give you a high five and say, yay. So I think that helps a lot. And, Lakia Carpenter is my emerald. And so she and I kind of tag team almost kind of every other day, a lot of times, keeping the chat going. So we always just add social media tips and different tasks that we, a list of tasks maybe to try to get done that day. We put in post and story ideas. And we don't do it every single day, but we keep it pretty full most of the time. We also have challenges. So a couple fun challenges we've had is like a sample selling challenge. And I have some competitive people on our team, but in a really fun way. And so if we say whoever gets to 10 samples first, you're gonna whatever. I mean, they go crazy. So everybody's working to get those 10 samples. And then right now we're doing like a bingo challenge. So I've got like a bingo card that different like 5 host to post and sign an LC and all that, and so we kind of have a bingo thing going right now. I also get on there and I'll do videos, so I'll just do like short little 1-minute videos and I will post. I try to do that once a week as well.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love your excitement. It exudes all the way down through your team. You guys, I'll never forget. And like she said, doing like challenges or fun little, even just little giveaways with your team just to like kind of boost that creative, or not that like not creative, what am I when you're competitive, the competitiveness is so important. You guys, I remember being in a chat really early on when I got started, and Brittany Landrum said the next person to sign a distributor or to sign a couple distributors or something, I don't know, gets this pair of earrings. And you guys, I don't ever take these earrings out of my ears. These are like my diamond studs. I don't wear any other earrings. This is all I wear, but I had to have those earrings. It was just the matter of winning them. And I knew that I could like then give them to somebody else on my team. But I did it. And it was like just that like encouragement that I needed, that I wanted to win those. And I wanted to be able to say that I did that, even if I never put them in my ears, right? So I think that's so fun. And so many people are driven by just friendly competition like that. So even if you don't have a big team yet, even if it's just you and maybe 1 or 2 people, like do fun challenges with each other like that, just to kind of boost that friendly competition, because sometimes it's just the boost that you need. I love that. Cheryl, what do you think in your whole business so far, all the way up to Diamond now, what do you feel like is the biggest hurdle that you have had to overcome?
Well, I truly believe universally with everyone, our biggest hurdle is ourselves, is our self-limiting beliefs that we've all made up this story in our head just over our lifetimes of things we can do or things we can't do, but it's just a lie. We've just built up these walls, and the same walls that you've built up to protect yourself, those walls imprison you, and they're keeping you from what's on the other side. So that is just universally, I think we have to get over those self-limiting beliefs. And the way to do that is by doing things out of your comfort zone and building that muscle so that you are just tearing that wall down, and you can, just bust through it. That's the best way I can put it.
Yeah, it's so true. And I love that. I remember, like, seriously, since the day that you started, you were all over the self-development, like from day one. Yeah. And I love that. And I think that part of you and your positivity and that mindset really just kind of spread in our team as well. So I want to thank you for that. Okay. So last question for you. What do you think was the best thing that you did to set yourself up for this diamond promotion last month?
So easy, hands down. It was, I messaged more, and I followed up like a beast. I mean, I went back July or August, and I went back and I just scrolled through every message, every paper I had, and I followed up with so many people, and I messaged hundreds of people a day. I just did. I heard somewhere that a few times, if you're going to promote, you have to 10x it, right? You have to do more than the bare minimum that's listed on the KPI. And so that was a way that I got out of my comfort zone as well, because the messaging is something that I'm not, that it's not as comfortable for me as like posting and things like that. So that's absolutely how I did it, was by just taking the time and 10xing that messaging and following up with people.
I love that. I think that's so important when you're going, especially going for promotion, you guys. You cannot sit and wait for people to come to you. You have to take control and make it happen. And if that means, like she said, going out and messaging people even when it feels uncomfortable, or following up with people that you haven't even talked to in a year, then so be it. And I can tell you, every single promotion that I've ever hit, it is absolutely the same. You can't sit and wait for someone to respond to a post or to message you and ask a question. You have to take the initiative. And Cheryl absolutely did that and knocked it out of the park last month. Cheryl, I love you so much. You're so inspiring, sweetheart. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Okay, we are going to hop over to Kristen Masters. I love this girl, you guys. You're going to just absolutely fall in love with her. So Kristen is a woman on a mission. She is a very busy mama. And she hit Emerald last month and got that Emerald bonus. And she is running fast and furious for Diamond, you guys, and I have zero doubt that she will make it happen. So Kristen, tell me a little bit about yourself, why you started, and when you started.
So, can you hear me? Okay. All right. So I started at the very end of September of 2020, and I was so skeptical because I was asked by someone that I have no idea who she is. I mean, I do now, but I actually didn't sign with her because I found her through TikTok, and I didn't trust TikTok so much, but I randomly added Ashley Kunkler, and I was thinking about it, but I called my mom and my mother-in-law, and I said, I don't know, this is too good to be true. It just doesn't seem like something I would actually make money on. So Ashley posted about the $39 codes, and I was like, so I was the mom I was a stay-at-home mom for the first time in a long time, and I was not used to not making money. So I was actually taking surveys through like apps that I'd make like $1 every 2 hours, and that's how much I wanted to help my husband. And he told me not to do it, but I did it anyway. But anyway, I am a wife. I've been married for 4 years, and I have a 6-year-old son. My daughter just turned 2, and my other son just turned 10 months old yesterday. So if you want to have kids that close together, I don't recommend it. But I just know what it's like to struggle, and I was a single mom before I met my husband, and into my bank account, and I let people know that I'm not embarrassed of it whatsoever. And now I just know that this is real, and I believe in it more than anything. I'm getting goosebumps right now.
I love it so much. You guys, I love Kristen's one of these girls that she just has her mind set on a goal and she's like, well, I'm just going to do it. Like, that's just the way it is. And it's going to happen. She messaged me, I think on March 1st and was like, just so you know, I'm going diamond. I was like, okay, I have no doubt that that's going to happen to you. But I just love that you are like, this has to happen for me and I'm going to make it happen. And it just is. And that's her mindset, you guys. And I just love that. I absolutely love it. So, okay, question. How do you think that you set yourself up best to hit that Emerald promotion? And what are you doing right now to work towards hitting that diamond goal?
Well, when those bonuses came out, I mean, of course I wanted Emerald before I found out about the bonuses, but when they came out, it wasn't so much about the rank up and that I wanted that, title. It was mainly because I was like, I mean, $5,000, $10,000, I can stack these, and I've said since the day I started, I want to take my kids to Disney. I promised my 6-year-old that I was going to on his 8th birthday, which is next June. And we have done the numbers, even with my income just right now, without me ranking up anymore, we can do it on just my income. So I'm very happy about that. But what I did to promote to Emerald is you literally so some of my new distributors, not all of them, but a few have said, well, someone said not right now, so I guess I just won't, I guess I'll just let that go. They said no. Well, that same day that one of them said that, I had been this was about a week ago. I had been talking to a lady that I have no idea who she is, but we've been talking back and forth. She wanted to be a loyal customer in November, and she just kept saying, no, not right now. And you just keep following up until they literally say, I mean, you don't want to annoy them, but until they literally say, I don't want it. And I don't annoy people, but I will follow up if they're like iffy about it, because I think that there is something that benefits everyone. And you definitely have to believe in the products 100%. I take 5 to 6 products every single day, and not because if I didn't work for It Works, I'd still take them because I feel amazing. But another thing that is really important to me is when I first started, I signed up my little sister, and she asked me, do I have to get on those Zooms? And I had only been in for like a week or so, and I said, no, don't worry about those. You don't need that. I don't get on them either. And I have never told another teammate that. And every night when we have a Zoom, I'm like, here's the the username, password, hop on. I know that you can't get on all of them, but just make sure you get on. And now if I can't get on, because I think I have a lot of kids, young kids, I put my phone in my pocket, plug earphones in, and just walk around the house. And most of the time when I'm on here, my camera's off, but I am listening. And that's the only thing I can hear is whoever's voice is hosting the Zoom. And I believe that you should get on these Zooms. I would never say that again.
I love that. It's so true. Sorry, hang on. Tristan and I talk about that a lot. When we first started going, because we were nurses and we would listen to Zooms and trainings. Well, there weren't Zooms back then. There were just recorded trainings, videos to and from work. And sometimes even on our lunch breaks. But I mean, you got to get it in when you can. But that's how you best learn. That's how you figure this business out. So I love that. I love that. Okay, Kristen, question. Oops, hang on. I'm trying to unmute you. You can unmute yourself. Why am I echoing? Am I echoing? Is everybody else muted? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go with it for now, and then I'll try to fix it. How do you rally your team? How do you get your team excited? Like you guys you're on a roll right now. How do you get your team working together, excited, plugged in, and all of that?
So we have our own little group chat, and I'm in there almost every day, and I voice text, and I like whenever I do it, my oldest son and my husband look at me like I'm crazy, but I'm just saying, "Hi, ladies, happy Monday, and I hope you guys are doing great." And like I just say, make sure you're growing your network, make sure you're doing host to post, and I'll just say, "Okay, bye," and like really happy. And a lot of them ask me, "Why are you so happy all the time?" or "How are you so happy?" I have bad days too, but I mean, I used to let bad days take away my whole day, but I mean, it doesn't do anyone good. And I'm just like, I'm in there and I'm sending like little, motivation pep talks in there. And I mean, whenever I sign a distributor, they say, "Well, I don't have any products yet," because I am a firm believer that you should use the least amount of Pinterest pictures possible, which if you do, that's fine, but people want to see you. They can get on Pinterest to look at that. And so, like what I did before I even tried any products, I knew the coffee was good. I've heard it was amazing. So I went out to Walmart and bought a coffee cup, took an empty cup out to my back porch and just held it up. It was like, "Oh, my skinny brew," which I kind of felt bad, but I mean, I knew it was good, and now I love it. But and then I put a lot of quotes from Ashley Mayfield in there, and I want to make sure that you are growing your network. I feel like that is so, so, so important. And I mean, some people might not believe me, but you go down my loyal customer list, I don't know 90% of them. So, I mean, I just think that's the main thing is just to pump them up, send those motivational quotes. I'm a big fan of the voice messages.
Yes, totally agree. Totally agree. Well, and that's exactly right. Like this is all about networking and expanding, like adding to, who you know. That's how this works, right? I love that. Okay, so you are a TikToker. Tell me how you are using TikTok to grow your business.
Well, whenever I started this, I was like, I'm going to post about, the job opportunity, that's what I mainly posted about, but that's not, like, my advice now would be just to, like make content that other moms or other people can relate to, because your video's not gonna blow up because you said I have a job opportunity and you really don't tell them the details. So, but I go after moms mainly because I can connect with them and I know what they're going through. And I mean, I was a stay-at-home mom. Well, I am now, but before I was a single mom, I had postpartum depression. Like, I know what it is like, and sometimes it's hard, but now I feel like I have such a positive attitude even when it doesn't come to it work. So I target those and I use like hashtags that like moms of TikTok, even though I'm not talking about being a mom or stay-at-home mom, but I go after the trends going on and I try to make it more of me, even though I feel like I'm awkward, but I just do it anyway. And if people don't like it, they can keep scrolling.
How are you using it? You're using like our giveaways, right? Like our host to post giveaways. You're doing a lot of those as well, right?
Yeah, and then I have people, I don't tell them that they have to like or follow me or anything for that. I mean, usually they do, but they go over to my Instagram and message me, and then I have a script just for my it's like under Instagram blow up, and I just use that and I make like a different picture to send them every month. Like this month it's like a St. Patty's Day background, and they post that for me, and then after they post it, I'm not pushy whatsoever. I'm like, okay, I got you all entered. If you ever thought about doing this with me, that would be great if I could send you more info. But if not, thank you. Have a great day.
Perfect. Love it. It's a great way to expand your network, and it's all in one. That's why I love HostPost so much, because it kind of is all encompassing. It includes everything. Okay. And last question for you. Do you feel like you have had to move past anything? Have you had any speed bumps yet in your business, or had to leap over any hurdles so far in your business that you have kind of had to overcome to keep going?
Well, the first one was when people told me no, or when I signed a distributor and it just didn't work out. I would message Ashley, and my heart would be completely broken. I'd say, like, what did I do? Why am I not training these girls right? I need a book. I need a, like, piece by piece of what I need to be telling them. And it still kind of hurts my feelings, but it doesn't ruin my day. Like, my first distributor that quit, it just kind of broke me, and I'm not going to let that happen anymore. But if people want it, they'll work for it. Like, I never tried a product before when I signed up. And I had nothing to lose. I was taking surveys for an hour making $1. So I really had nothing to lose. But I asked my husband if he has seen me overcome any hurdles for this. And he just said, showing my face on, like, stories and taking selfies. I never did that. I had 0 selfies, and I think I'm awkward on my stories, but I'm just like, okay, thanks, bye. And then I stop the recording. And I guess people like that because they are always loving my stories. And I think that is a big hurdle that I overcame, because where I'm from, there are a lot of closed-minded people, and I think that in my mind, if they think that if they like my post, I'm going to charge their credit card or something because they're so closed-minded, but they don't pay my bills, so I just keep posting. And
I love it. And I would say that your excitement and your passion is so contagious. So you keep showing that face and getting on those stories, because that's why you're doing so well, because it is so contagious. And so you just make people happy. So I'm proud of you so much. I'm so proud of you. And I know that you're going to hit that diamond promotion, girly. I know that you will. Thanks, honey. Okay. We are going to talk to Miss Brittany. So, Brittany, you just remind me so much of myself and Trista starting out in this business. Okay. She's a mom. She's a nurse. And you guys, this girl has simply just blown us all away.
9. Where am I? Which one?
Business.
The yellow.
And hang on. There we go. She jumped in, you guys. She went Ruby within her first 30 days, and she is already closing in super close to hitting diamond. Okay. She's incredible. So incredible. So I'm so excited that she's on here tonight. I know that getting on these when you're first getting started is super nerve-wracking. So I appreciate you so much. So tell me, Brittany, what made you say yes to this?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't really know. Honestly, I have no idea what I was doing. I have never done anything like this. I put up a post for my enroller, Christy Smith, and she sent me a voice message, and she was like, hey, I've never had so many comments, have you ever thought about this? And I talked to my husband about it, and he was like, it's $40. What, we're going to try this. So I just did, and here we are.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love that he supported you in doing that. That's super awesome. Okay. So what do you feel like what's made you catch the vision so quickly? So often people are just really hesitant, and they just kind of want to dabble their little toes in there for a minute because they're like, oh gosh, I just don't know what I'm doing. And it's so scary. But you jumped in, what we always say, ignorance on fire. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just going to do it. And that's exactly what you have done. So what do you think? How did you catch the vision so fast?
So I really think, like I said, talking to my husband, we have a lot of goals financially. We want to move, get a better house. My daughter's 3.5. She's in preschool. There's a certain school we want her to go to, so we want to move to that school district. And financially, we're really not in the space to do it. So that's what we're really shooting for. I was like, I'm just going to jump in. I'm going to ask questions. I know I'm going to make mistakes. I'm okay with that. You got to learn from your mistakes to succeed, I feel. And my enroller, my upline, everybody was super great and still are super great with steering me in the right direction. I continue to follow, leaders in the company on Facebook, Instagram, watch what they're posting, try to watch what they're doing, and do the same thing. And
love it. Success.
Just keep posting.
I love it. Okay. So Christy says that you are very, very, very organized. And so I think you, like you're saying, you're like, I'm a nurse. Of course I'm organized. But tell me about the system that you use. Like, how do you keep everything straight?
So I have I have a form for loyal customers. I have a form for distributors. Like, it's literally just a piece of paper. I write their names down. If they say they're interested at all, either way, what they're interested in, where I met them, what they're interested in, and I follow up all the time. Every week, every other week, if they say, hey, get back to me next month, I'll write that down. I don't want to bother them too much in between if, they have finances that they're trying to figure out. So otherwise, I continue to follow up until they say, no, I'm not interested, or, I'm not going to order. If they say, not right now, then usually I give it a month or so and I follow up again. I do the same thing with potential distributors. And like I said, until they say no, I'm going to keep messaging them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, and obviously, like, you're new. I mean, you just started in the last few months. And I think so often people first getting started are so hesitant and fearful to talk about the business or to reach out and ask somebody about being a business partner, or, do you want to make some extra income? Like, they're very hesitant in that, like, because, well, I haven't made any money yet. I haven't seen the success yet. I don't have a story yet. And clearly, with you almost being charted for Diamond, or are you charted for Diamond yet, or you're close to it?
Close.
You're obviously not scared to ask that question. So who are you asking? What are you saying?
So for the most part, I usually reach out to people who have done host to post for me. And I'm like, hey, you have a lot of people that are interested in this. If you're interested in joining the business, I'd be happy to help you. You would obviously have a great start. And that usually is how that starts. But if a lot of times I'll just message loyal customers and say, hey, I know you love the products now. Are you interested in the business side of things? You could potentially earn, free products or more if that's what you're interested in. And that's kind of how I got started. At the beginning, I reached out to like my close friends and I'm like, hey, just try this with me. Do so, I don't know what I'm doing. I've never done anything like this. Yep. So that's how I got a couple of my first distributors.
Same. I was the exact same thing. I asked the most ridiculous, like, getting started, like, hey, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm so excited, and I'm so excited to make some money, and you should do this with me. Like, literally what I said to people, guys. But she's exactly right. And if so many people, you guys are missing such a huge pot of people, potential distributors in your loyal customers, that you're not asking about the business. So make sure that you're asking those customers that very first next month, hey, how are you liking your coffee? Oh, you love it? Awesome. Have you thought about making some extra income with it? Have you thought about making some money off the products you're already using anyway? Make sure you're asking those customers. That is the easiest group to kind of skim over and forget about, because they're just in customer mode and they don't necessarily switch over to that business mode unless you ask. Okay, so ask them. Okay, all right, last question for you, Brittany. If you could share one tip with those teammates that are just getting started, and maybe they're a little shy, maybe they're just like, like, I want this to work. What's one tip that you can share for them?
I think my biggest tip is consistency. Consistently posting, consistently following up, consistently, asking questions, showing up to team trainings, watching these Zooms. I really think that's been the biggest part of my success so far, because I do consistently follow up, and I know everybody has said it, and I will agree. Follow up is where I get all my customers.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think any person that has seen any kind of success in this business will agree with you. The number one key to that success is consistency in everything. And I know for me, when I haven't had the best months, it's because I haven't been so consistent with one part of my business. So I completely agree with you. Well, Brittany, thank you so much for sharing tonight. I know that was, you did it though. You did it. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. And I'm so excited to see where you go with this business, girl. I know this is just the beginning. All right.
Thank you.
Good job. Good job. Good job. All right. Miss Shay. Shay is one of my favorite humans on planet Earth, you guys. She's just a good person. You guys, Shay is 2 years into the business. She, you guys, she hit Emerald in January. She hit Diamond in February and got her husband's account to Emerald as well. Okay. So in 30 days time, she got $20,000 in bonuses. How about that? How about that for a start of the new year, right? So 2 years into the business, you guys, and I feel like she is really, like, she's really catching her stride now. Like, she knows she has, like, found her thing. You guys, and I was thinking about this today, like, what if she would have quit? So many people 2 years into the business, right, that didn't really feel like, and she'll even tell you in a minute, she's like, I feel like, you know, I'm a dabbler. I'm a consistent dabbler. She's going to talk about that. But what if she would have quit, you guys? She made $20,000 in bonuses just this year, and look where she is going. She is on fire. Her team is completely on fire right now, and I'm so excited for you guys to hear from her. So, Shay, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, friends. So, like she said, I joined this business in October of 2018. I was just a stressed out mama looking for something for myself that I didn't have to share with anybody. My husband and I have been married since 2004. I don't know, somebody else do the math. I don't know what that means. 17 years, is that right? I don't know, something like that. We have 2 girls, they're 11 and 13, and I worked full-time as an HR coordinator for a school corporation. So it's not like I had a lot of time for anything else, but I was desperate for something to call my own. I wasn't looking for this. It found me, and it was absolutely a God thing. And I think we'll talk about that a little bit more too. But that's kind of my thing. A little over 2 years I've been in this business. So
Love it. I love it. So like I said, your business has completely exploded, I feel like, the last couple of months. Why do you think that is? Why do you think all of a sudden things just went crazy for you?
So it's the darn host of posts, you guys. I hate those things. I hate them so much, but I'm telling you, it's the piece that I refused to do for 2 years. I hated them. I don't even know. It doesn't even make sense why I don't like them, but it's like the bane of my existence. And so I was thinking about this a little bit more. It's host of posts for me. It may be something else for you, but the thing that you don't want to do is the thing that's going to bring your business home. So for me, what has changed the game is the blessed host of posts.
I love it. For real, you guys, like,
I hate them.
Shay, like, it's so funny because for real, like, for over a year, and I, you know, check in with my leaders, you know, Christy Reedy, how's Shay doing? How's she's great. She would just do host a post. She would nail it. She would nail it. But that's how I think everybody has that thing. Like you just said, for me, it was TikTok. Yeah. Like I said out of my own mouth, over my dead body, will you ever find me on TikTok? Like I said those words. And then now, guys, here I am on TikTok.
Yeah, and what's so funny though, I think the message that you are supposed to be getting, you'll get. So like every time I would turn into a Zoom,
yes,
somebody would mention the word host a post, and Reedy would text me and she'd be like, "Hey, I think they're talking to you." I'm like, I know they are. So whatever your thing is that you don't want to do, whether it be talking on your stories, taking those selfies, whatever your thing is, my advice is just do it.
Gotta
They're right. Just do it.
In comfort zones, there they are, biting you in the butt every time.
Right.
All right. So tell me this. What do you think, like clearly we're in a business, and in businesses, we have these times, we have these times, we have these times, like that's just business, right? What do you feel like in the last 2 years, during those times where you just, we'll call it a dry spell, we'll call it whatever, like what has kept you going during those times?
So 2 things. One, for sure, I cannot really explain this to you other than to say this business, again, it was truly a God thing. Like God brought this into my life and sat it on my lap and was like, you've been asking, I'm giving it to you. Here it is. And so, honest to goodness, since October of 2018, quitting has never even been a conversation for me because this feels like home. I feel at peace here.
You owe me
So
one,
I don't know, like, I don't know. God is bringing something to me through this business. I don't know what it is yet. I don't know what that will look like, but I am very confident in saying that. So that has kept me in. And I know before I've said, like, even when I was making $50 is better than $0. So I think it's just about shifting your perspective. But feeling at home is part of it. And then second, I am a 50-50 red yellow split. And so the relationships, the friendships, the encouragement, the team that we're on, like, just everyone is so encouraging and loving. Like I'm also a words of affirmation. So like I feed off of that. So just being a part of such an amazing group of people has also kept me involved.
Love it. I couldn't agree more. Love it so much. Okay. What have you done the last couple months to get your team like all fired up and rallied up and like, let's go, this is promotion time, we're going for it. What have you done?
So honestly, I don't think it's really anything that I personally have done. We all are encouraging each other. I think we all, like our whole team, rallied each other. We have an incredibly encouraging chat. And so, I think just everybody having everyone else root them on and cheer them on. And we all know what our teammates are running towards. And so just that encouragement, I think, is giving everyone the inspiration, I guess, to run after their goals. And there's something about knowing what your teammates are running for that makes you want to push harder so that they push harder, and like you take on that desire for them too. And so you just want to push yourself so that everybody keeps pushing each other.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love that. And it's so true, you guys. I think that is one of the funnest parts of promoting is knowing how many other people have to promote, right? Or like how many people you're taking with you. Like, I'm about to change my life, but guess what? I'm going to take you with me and change yours on the way. Like, that's such an incredible thing that we can do. And my favorite times in this entire business are those months where you're running for promotions and working so close with one another. I mean, you're going to have days where you're crying and you're cheering but you're like doing it together every single day. And those are seriously some of my fondest memories of my life. And I like it. It's honestly incredible. It's incredible what we get to do. Okay. Last question for you. What did you do to best, other than host post, what did you do to best set yourself up for this last run? Do you think anything else changed other than host to post?
So I will say, consistency. Now, my consistency has been dabbling. So I have been consistently dabbling for 2 years. But I just
don't dabble anymore.
I know. Now, I don't like recommend that, just a heads up, but I don't even know. However long ago, somebody said on a Zoom, consistently going 45 is better than inconsistently going 100. So like jumping in and out all in just leaves your people confused, but consistently going 45. So I have consistently shown up in my stories almost every day, making my bougie keto coffee or my bougie skinny brew. And I call it that. And I have called it that for, I don't even know, 2 years probably. So much so that people who have not bought anything from me will message me if they see something bougie or hear something bougie, or like, it's kind of like they'll hashtag bougie or something like that, like in messages to me. So I think people know that I'm consistent and I'm taking the product. So consistency, I think, is the biggest piece, so that people know that you're serious and you're not going anywhere.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Something that you're also amazing at. And yes, like I see your bougie coffee stories every single day, every day. And I love it. It's always bougie and I love it. But something else I think that you're really great at doing is showing your own before and after pictures. She flashes them all the time. And you guys, Kristen talked about this earlier, but you've got to find those products that you fall in love with, get your own before and after pictures, get your own testimony, and talk about it until you're green in the face. For me, when I started, it was the greens. Trista too. Every day in our scrubs. Here we are in our car drinking our greens on the way to work. It was every single day. And people probably like, good Lord, girl, we get it with your greens. But guess what we sold the crap out of? We sold the crap out of greens, right? So it's what you talk about over and over and over again that kind of becomes your thing. And even now, you guys, five years later, and I admittedly now talk more about the coffee and some of the other products more now, even so, though that I do the greens anymore. But still to this day, people know me as like, oh, you're with the greens. You're the girl that had like the gut issues and the IBS and the greens, right? I'm like, yeah, that was me. So if you talk about it enough, like it sticks in people's heads. So when they like are ready for that product, when they're ready for that fix, when they're ready for that change, you come to mind because now you're the bougie coffee girl, right? So I love that. But again, getting your own testimony and talking about what it's done for you. Here's my before and afters. You're really, really good at that. Really good at that. Shay, I love you to pieces. I just love you.
Love you too.
So much. I wish I could squeeze you right now. Okay, guys, we have one more incredible lady to talk to tonight. And Carrie Ann is equally as shy as I am. Okay, I'm like all Hy-Vee under this sweatshirt right now, guys. That's why I talk a mile a minute. But Carrie Ann, I know that talking publicly is not your thing. So I want you to know how much I appreciate you being on here tonight and how much we value what you have to say. And we all think you're incredible. So just deep breath, you'll be amazing. So Carrie Ann is a brand new diamond. Yay! All right, Carrie Ann, I want you to tell us just a little bit about you, how you got into this business, your background a little bit. Tell us about Carrie Ann.
Hey guys. Can you hear me? Okay, so I started the business in November 2019 as a loyal customer, and Ashley kept pushing and pushing until I finally decided to sign as a distributor, which I'm so glad that I did finally give in to her. So I work also full-time as a executive secretary at a local bank, which keeps me super busy, keeping up with the CEO, president, planning events, all that fun stuff. So that's what I do all day, every day. I'm a wife, been married almost 2 years, and I've got 2 kiddos and 3 step kiddos.
Oh man, you are busy, girl.
Yes,
I don't think I realized you had all those kids in your life. Woo! That's a lot. All right, so let's get back to promotion month. Okay. So I know that you had a chat going with your promoting legs and with Ashley Kunkler is her upline. And I know that you guys had this like incredible chat going on all month long. So how did you use that? And how important do you think that like that daily communication with each other, how important was that during a promotion month?
So it was huge for us. So we actually started the chat even before we went into conference when we were looking to go. Kristen is Emerald and I was pushing for Emerald and then also for Diamond. And we shouted out every win. Like it didn't matter if we signed a little customer that had 25 BV or if they had 100 BV, like we shouted it out in the chat. If we closed a box on our chart, we shouted it out. Like anything that we could do to just boost each other and like keep the momentum going, that's what we did.
I love it. And I don't know that she told you this, but she actually double promoted. She hit both Emerald and Diamond. So she was on a mission. On a mission. All right. So what do you think, what's been your biggest hurdle so far?
My own self-doubt. There was a couple months actually, not that long ago that I was ready to quit.
Why do you think that is?
I think I felt like it had taken me so long to be successful in the business that I was ready to give up.
So now here we go. A year into your business, right? Little over a year. Just hit Emerald and Diamond with 2 big fat bonuses. What if you would have given up, right? So
I know.
here's what I know. Here's what I know and what I've learned now myself is just when you think, come on, you are just on the edge of that next big breakthrough. So how amazing is that? You did not give up, and look what happened. What do you think that you did to set yourself up for that double promotion?
I think going to conference was huge for me. Like, it was a huge change in my mindset. Also, host to post, following up, and being consistent was definitely the top things that I had to do to get there.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You guys, even though this last year with conference being virtual, I think Ashley and I were talking about this recently, was the people on our team that hit these big promotions were the ones that plugged in for conference, even though it was virtual and it wasn't, we know the power of getting to Florida and like being a part of the big event and like the crazy percentage of people that actually promote after they have been to that event. But the people that promoted on our team this year were the ones that were showing up to the watch parties or showing up and like dialing into, even though it was virtual, it was so powerful. And if you aren't plugging in, if you aren't being a part of these events, whether they're in person or online, you guys, you're missing such a huge piece, I think, of this business. And something, you guys, too, I will say really quickly as well is we've been in a really weird year as far as being able to get together. And I know for me and my very blue heart, that has been hard for me, very hard for me. I've struggled with that, like missing that human connection. And I love hosting, team parties here at my house. Like, I just love, wrapping my arms around my teammates and all of those things. So I think that it's hard. It's been a hard year not being able to do that. Something that I implemented on my team actually today, and I hope you guys can do this regardless of whose team that you're on, is you guys are going to laugh at this, but I think that it's going to be a really, really good thing, because the sideline relationships that you form in this business sometimes are the thing that take you to the next level, or they keep you holding on when times get tough. So we actually implemented in my team today friendship circles, you guys, and it sounds very preschool-ish, but when we haven't been able to get together, and I know for me, like some of my very best friends in the entire world, I met here on this team, right? So with these friendship circles, basically like just connecting people that have common goals, or maybe they just got started. Maybe they're all, running for Emerald or whatever that is, and just kind of creating a chat where those people can get to know each other and talk to each other, share ideas, encourage each other, just be positive and create those friendships, because so much of this business is the relationships. It is the business. I mean, it is the relationship part of this business that I think is so important and so understated. So for those of you guys who, I think every single one of these ladies that talk tonight would talk about what the people have done for them, right? Whether it's their confidence or just the ideas or the encouragement. So make sure that you are doing your part to create those relationships with other sideline sisters, even if they're not in your downline or your upline. That is so key. We are in a relationship people business, and that's so important. So you guys, I hope that you learned some tidbits from these amazing ladies tonight, and that you can find your own groove in this business. There's so many promotions coming down the line, I know, this year, and just incredible things happening in this team. You are in the right place at the right time. So thank you guys so much for hopping on with us tonight. Thank you, ladies, for talking with us tonight. You're incredible. I'm so proud of you all. And